Hello everybody, Steven here with Cardboard Coalition, and today I figured I would bring you guys a bypass maybe. It's a crowdfunding thing. I don't think I did it last month, but I'm trying to do it more often. And this is really when I'm buying stuff, when I'm passing on stuff, and when I'm still thinking about things that I might want to buy, right? And then I do bring in, or am trying to bring in things that might be popular to people that they might be interested in, but I'm just not for whatever reason. Now, if you want a more detailed list of what's coming out every month, every week, every month you have Alex at Board Game Co. He does a monthly one. Two, he's going to be bringing up things that he's interested in or he thinks is going to be a big deal. And then I can't remember the gentleman's name, but it's Shelf Clutter. I'll try to get the links in the description for you guys. He does a weekly one and he'll tell you everything. And he breaks down the game and how it plays and all that stuff. Both those channels, Board Game Co. and Shelf Clutter, are really good to check out for stuff that's coming out. And I know there's other ones out there, so forgive me if I didn't talk about those. But let's go ahead and get into this, and I'll try to make it as quick as possible. So this is my bypass, maybe, right? Crazy surgical thing. So these are things that I'm interested in. So let's go ahead and look at it. So let's start off with buys. These are games that I'm definitely going to buy. These are ones that I've either backed or I'm going to back. So let's go ahead and jump into it. First off, we have Townfolk Tussle. This is reprint plus expansion. So what this is it's a boss battler, right? I'll try not to get you guys too sick with the scroll down. This is a boss battler. Let me see if I can pull this down. There we go. That's a good picture, right? It has miniatures. It has the style, the old. Someone called it like noodle arms. It might have been Shelf Clutter talking about it. Noodle arms. This has the old like Disney, old like 30s kind of cartoon style. And this is a boss battler. Supposedly, from all the reviews I've seen, it's supposed to be quick, fun to play. It's quick. It's easy to get into and fight and understand all that great stuff. I passed on it the first time because it was early on in kickstarting for me, and a whole bunch of stuff was coming out at that time. Things that I found more interesting. Not necessarily more interesting. I really wanted this one, but I'd already dumped big money into other things. So this time around, I went ahead and I jumped on it. So let's see what we got in our stats. We should have started with that in the beginning, right? So you could tell the popularity of this. There's $858,376, right? 6,000. There's almost 7,000 backers. 6,942 backers, right? There's 3 days left to go, and how I kind of arrange these is I try to do the quickest to go, and then you have more time in case you want to look at this stuff in the different sections. So you have about 3 days to go ahead and try to back this project if you find it interesting. So let's go back down here really quick and see some of the prices that we have. So what you're looking at here, I went straight to retailer pledge. That's interesting. If you already know what you want, or you already had this game and your backend's going to be cheaper for you. Sorry, I'm going to scroll down right here because I'm going to try to pull up the things where we can see prices. You can see all the miniatures that you get, right? They're fun, right? This is expanding on Townsfolk Tussle, so you need the main game. But luckily, you can get the main game in this Kickstarter. This is just the expansions, right? And they have the updated rules, because I guess they updated some rules, so it's going to come in this. There's a whole bunch of your miniatures that you get to see. All right, here we go. This is what I kind of wanted to get to so we could talk about price. All right. You have over here that you can get the price too, but if you're a veteran in Kickstarter, you know this kind of stuff. All right, so price. So for the expansions, it's $115 for Odd Jobs, and why can't I think of the other name? Foul Neighbors in Odd Jobs. This is Odd Jobs up here. This is Foul Neighbors, right? You need the main game, but if you wanted to go ahead and jump in and get the main game, right? For $210, you're going to get the main game. You're getting the Kickstarter stuff from the first one. It's just the whole shebang from the first one. Plus you're getting all the expansion stuff. So that's 210. And this is the level that I backed it at. This one you can't even get right now. I shouldn't even show you. They do a thing where you can get like your name on the tombstones, and it's a ridiculously high price, but I mean, if you're interested, there you go. All right, so this is definitely a yes. Let's go ahead and move on. Another yes is Unmatched Adventures. Now, this is Unmatched, which is normally a fighting game. You can play 2 to 4. It's mostly played with 2 players. This turns it into a cooperative game, right? They're looking for 10,000. They got $371,674, 6,730 backers. There's 7 days left to back this one. So now we're getting into where you have some more time. So if you've played the Unmatched series before, you know it's usually a skirmish game. I don't know if skirmish is the right word. It's a battler. You're fighting each other. But you're your own team. So what this one brings to the table is it brings a co-op setup, and you can use all the other Unmatched games to get into this co-op and do all this stuff. I'm going to do the fast scroll, sorry. So you get to see some of the stuff. It's adding some new things, right? There's plot twists. You all fight big monsters together. Those are your 2 main baddies. You have is it Mothman? Yeah, Mothman and Martian Invader, right? And then you get 4 new heroes. There's their cards. I wonder, I don't know, but it'd be kind of cool if you can use the bosses to fight and all the other ones too. We'll see how that works out. Then you got yourself some heroes. You have Dr. Jill Trent, Science Sleuth. This is I think it's like a 30s, maybe even a little bit early, but I think it's like a 30s pulp hero. Then you have Annie Christmas. This is a folklore hero. Nikola Tesla, we all know who that is. And then Golden Bat, which is a Japanese pulp hero. If you're interested in all that, so you got those as heroes. This tells you that you could play it, right? Play other heroes in Tales to Amaze. Play Tales of Amaze heroes in Unmatched sets. Play any hero, right? With the board games, that means you can get your Marvel stuff that's out there, or some of your other ones. You can get King Arthur in here fighting and stuff like that. All right, scrolling again, lots of reviews. People love Unmatched. This is what you get in the main box, right? All this fun stuff. You get the sidekicks, the counters, the cards. If you've done Unmatched, you get all the Unmatched stuff plus more. This is normally what you would get with per character in the Unmatched, plus a board to fight on. So there's your characters. Extra free. If you back it here instead of waiting for it to come out to retail, it is you get the moths, right? 8 doom. I didn't read that before. That's pretty funny. 8 doom moths, right? And 8 little green Martians. So instead of having little token counters, you'll have these, which is, I think, is pretty cool. And some foil cards. Some people are all about that. Man. But the cool thing, as we're getting into the pledge levels, the cool thing is shipping is free. So $60 game, I'm sure it's going to be something like $49 or $59 when it comes out. Of course, you wait and you get it on sale and all that good stuff. But $60, that is your pledge. There's no bumping up. There's no nothing. It's $60. Do you want it or not? So this is definitely a back for me. I love the Unmatched game, so it'll be fun to do this. Now, setting this video up for you guys, I forgot I was backing this. This is what happens when you back. And this one, I think, had like 30 days originally to back. But, so what we got here is we have, this is an AEG kind of thing where they'll do 2 games. And so right now they have 218,407. They're way past their goal of what they were looking for. And these goals are fake most of the time. 7,001 backers, right? 11 days to go this, so you can still jump on this if you want. Now what they're doing is they are kickstarting both games. You can get one game for $19, and if I remember right, it's like both games for 20 or 35 or something like that. Maybe it's 39. We'll have to look as we scroll down, right? So you get Fallout games. They bring you Calico, Cascadia, Verdant. There's really popular games, all of them. Seems like next one keeps beating out. Verdant and Calico, there's some debates though. So this would be two games. So Point City, whoops. Yep. Point City is the follow up to Point Salad, which I never played, but there's a lot of people who like it. It's the idea that you can make points and you just make tons of points. It's almost a pun on the idea of Point Salad, which means a game where you have tons of ways to make points. So there's Point City. All right, and then the one I was interested in is Deep Dive, and this is really for Resvon because she loves. I'm looking over here. Hey, that's my fish. She loves that game, and so I thought she would get a kick out of this one. So I went ahead and backed it, and I thought $19, man, no problem. You're basically going around diving in the water, and there's different levels, and you're trying to collect up as many fish as you can get. So if you've played Hey, That's My Fish, it's similar in that sense. So I figured Resvon would get a kick out of this for $19. I mean, it's fun. I'm trying to get down to the price. Good reviews for both games. Like I said, I've never played either of them, obviously. But I don't know much about Point City, but lots of people love Point Salad. All right, this is showing what you get in it in each of the things. I want to go down to the prices so we can talk about that and move on, right? Boop-a-da-boo. You get a couple extra small things for kickstarting it. Nothing too grand. Can I get down to it? Trying not to get you guys to get sick from watching. Look, everyone loves it. Everyone loves it. Loves it. Loves it. Love. It's also AEG. You know, it's a big company, so they're gonna get a lot of backing. I mean, hell, they hit me up like, "Hey, would you all preview this?" I'd be like, "Yes, please." So you're gonna get lots of people who are going to want to back this. This is all the upgrades that they're doing because of it. All right, here we go. Here is what we're interested in. How much money you would have to pay. A lot of Kickstarters, you don't know this, have a pledge to kind of follow along. Usually you can get into the pledge manager after it funds, but not always. So $10 for the print and play. $19 if you want Point City, the Kickstarter edition. They're showing you get some extra tiles. $19 if you want Deep Dive, the Kickstarter edition. There's some extra tiles. It's $35. So it's $35 if you wanted both of them. I went ahead and went with $35. You can go $67 if you know a friend who wants it. You can kind of double up on it, and then there's retailer. So I went here because I think Deep Dive would be something Resvon would really like, and then Point City, either I can just sell it if I'm not interested, maybe at that point for $20 less than that at this point, $17. Maybe I just open it and play it and see if I like it. Or I do have this idea that at some point I will give some of the extra games that I have away, and these are ones where I got a double to upgrade, or I bought something else in a bigger package that already had the game, things like that. Not a lot of stuff, but at one point I figured I could do it to try to help grow the channel. So maybe I put that in there. So there's that one. Next one. This is on GameFound. Sorry, those first three were on Kickstarter. This is on GameFound. We have Gatefall Monsters. This is I'm going to keep calling it skirmish. I don't know if that's the correct word, but you're playing someone else. I would say skirmish with this because you have teams. So what you get with this one is you have two teams that are kind of duking it out. Oh, let's go up to the numbers before I dive too much into it. They were looking for 30,000. They've barely gotten over their funding, but I wouldn't worry too much because they have delivered on everything. I don't know if you guys can see. Probably not. It's off to the side. I have the main game. I have the Lost in the Woods. There's a point where extra coins were supposed to come, and I never thought I was going to get some of these extra coins, and they actually got them sent to me and everything. So it's a small company, but they back. So if they fund, they're going to get it to you. There's 437 backers. There's 16 days left on this one. So if you're interested, you can still jump in on it. Here's a picture. This is showing the base game, it looks like. I'm trying to look in here on here. Yep. The base game. So what you have is you have different factions. This is like post-apocalyptic here. This is the future faction. And it's just a battler. You're fighting each other to see who wins and gets the most points. This brings in the monsters faction. So now you can have a faction of monsters to go in and fight. So you have all this right here. It gives you, they always come with the tile. This game's going to give you the tile and these three heroes. It's kind of cheap that they show 5 here. These are extra. You pay extra for them, and if you were early on, which if you haven't backed it down, you're interested, there's an invisible man that you'll have to pay extra for, but it's invisible. It has to do with tokens, and you have to guess where he's at. It's kind of actually fun. All right, so yeah, you play cards to get points, and then go out and fight each other. But we're gonna jump down here to get to the talkie-talkie. See, so here we go. I think it's gonna be somewhere right here. There's the werewolf, $12. And they've dropped the prices. Oh, we should probably start right there. There we go. So it's $30. Now this, you need the core set. I would argue you don't. Let me think about it. No, you need the core set because you need the cards. But you need at least the core set to play this. It says core set right here, but the main game core set. And this is what it gives you. It gives you your monsters. You got Dracula, Frank, and the Mummy. So I'm trying to see what they're saying. Like, yeah, it's the Mummy. All right. So this is what you get. You have your little counters. They start doing this really cool, and the game trays, and it's easy to figure them out. There's your cards and stuff. Now you have some extra buys, and yes, I did back. I mean, I love werewolves, so I did back werewolves, right? Then you have the creature. This is a creature like the creature from the Black Lagoon, right? So you have that one. And then the Invisible Man, $9. So what this one is, like I said, is you have these tokens and you put them out and no one knows where you're actually at. And then one of them will have where you're at, right? It's kind of fun. And this is showing some of the other stuff. You can get the core set for $59. Fantasy, a Wasteland. I think I called it Apocalyptic Fantasy and Wasteland. I can't remember if they're offering... there's the experimental deck. They're trying to, it was because it's really basic. You had the 1s and 2s, not much more. Draw a card, I think. Now they're adding some ideas. So that's already added to any pledge over $10. So I think that would be all your pledges. And then of course you have some reviews, explanations, reviews. All right. So yeah, of course I backed this one. I have fun with the game. The miniatures are they're not miniatures. I think this guy, I mean, they all are. This guy right here, I think, is like at least that big. At least that big. They're all pretty big, so it's kind of cool. I can't wait to paint them because it's like statues. But all right, moving on. This next one hasn't even come out yet, but you're only going to have 15 days. And I think if I do these, it'll be once a month. It'll be if I'm backing things or I think there's things that maybe I should talk about. I'm not great at getting this channel going. I'm not like, this is the greatest, hottest thing. I got to cover it right now. I'm bad about that, I know. All right, so anyways, but here's one of the big great things that is coming out. Here is Zombicide White Death. I have not had the chance to show Rezvon the official release trailer. She has seen the sneak peek trailer, and she was super excited. Rezvon loves Zombicide, especially the fantasy stuff, because she's really into the Lord of the Rings and stuff. So she loves this. She loves the Marvel stuff too. But this is coming out. This is going to be your Zombicide, which is, it's not really a dungeon crawler, but I guess kind of that way. You're rolling dice, you're killing zombies. It's a zombie killing game. And this one's going to add kind of furries, which I'm not super excited about. I don't think they're called furries. Whoops. Not super excited about. And the theme, which I'm not against, it's Mongolian, but it's interesting because if you look at some of the videos, the tiles are very much European, the castle, but the it's kind of a mix of genres, kind of interesting. It's fantasy, that's fine, but it's Mongolian. It's going to bring you new kind of necromancers, new kind of abominations, which kind of new, but it's really, it feels like there's almost a tower defense mechanism going on, but I don't know enough for sure. You can catch, Simon did a stream as of filming this past week where they were talking about all the stuff, and you can see kind of how it plays through. This is going to be the 5th, I think the 5th. 4th or 5th they're going to drop. It's only going to be for 2 weeks. So this one's definitely going to be a back. I mean, my wallet should already be empty. So now that I'm embarrassed about how much I'm already backing this week, let's go into the nose. Some control. This was, a friend helped me out with this one. Maladum Dungeons of Everon. Trying to let's see. So let's go over the numbers. Let's do numbers first, Stephen. All right. So it's backed or it's gathered. It hasn't made it yet. As you can see, it keeps going up as we're talking. $784,879. There's 4,209 backers. There's 55 hours to go. This is the shortest one, so you only have 2 days. So as of watching this video, if you're interested, jump on that. You only have 2 days. Now, I was gonna back it. I was thinking about backing it, talking to a friend, asked them if they were interested. They said they were interested, and they went ahead and backed it. So why was I thinking about it? Because of this. It's got this cool, hopefully it's a dense cardboard, but it has all this terrain in it, right? And it's a dungeon crawler. I have lots of dungeon crawlers. That's why I was a little bit iffy. If I remember right, this company is a role-playing or miniatures making company. So they not necessarily always in the board game arena. So this is a miniatures board game instead of just miniatures, right? Sorry, trying to scroll down so I can get you guys a big view. So you have a whole bunch of terrain that you get to put up on the board, which I thought was really interesting. And it's multiple levels. Sorry if you can hear the dog. She's wandering around. Here's another great picture, right? There's multiple levels of this that you can get and build up and play through your missions. Now, there we go. So let's get into some price. So just to feet in, get them wet, it's $99. That's pretty good for having the base game. You'll be able to have enough people to play. It's showing you what you get. So do you get 7 adventurers? It's kind of cool. The enemy that you can fight. So you have 8 of those, 2 of these, 3 of these. Rot Troll. Actually, I kind of like the Rot Troll. And the Melgaunt. It looks Necromancer to me, Zombicide, right? So you get those. You get some Wandering Beasts. So you get a decent amount, right? You get enough to build up some stuff. Here's game components, right? These are bonus unlocks. So if you haven't looked at Kickstarter before, you'll unlock as you go along. But they've showed us some of the stuff because there's the split tail rats. That's kind of interesting. All right, and the bear that we saw. All right. So let's go down here, right? You can go with just the train, so you can get all this crazy train stuff. 79 pounds. Remember, this is pounds, right? And it gives you all this stuff to build different doors and stuff like that. And then you can go down, down, down. Lots of fun stuff. You have your board that you can build on. They have all these unlocks that you get for free, which is still really cool. I like the idea. Then for $175, you get the game, which is $99 on its own, $75 for the train. $175, you get all the train that they're offering, at least in this set. Sorry, I'm scrolling the wrong thing. So you can build it out, right? You can go all crazy. You can have multiple stories. And then, here's a whole bunch of previews, but they have a whole bunch of optional buys. I guess they put them way down here. I remember seeing the add-ons. So here's add-ons. So this is an expansion. So you get some monsters, some terrain. And then you have mimics. Gotta face my first mimic. 45 years old and played my first, got into my first D&D. And I got to run into a mimic. And I knew what it was, right? As soon as they put it, I was like, wait, it's a mimic. Don't jump. Oh, they jumped on it. All right, anyways. So then you have location and environment bundles. This is a whole bunch of just extra terrain that you can get to put on there. Mines of Moruda. So here's a little expansion, gives you some extra terrain that you can build. Fun, not super expensive. There's some more terrain, right? More terrain, so you can have tons and tons of terrain to build up and play with. All right. What is this one? It's a forge, cool, more terrain, a mining lift, more terrain, add-ons, right? This one actually has some monsters and stuff. Then you can get extra dice. I'm kind of a sucker for dice now. At first I could push away from them. Now I'm like, let's just get the dice. There's little peoples, right? These look like upgraded maybe components. There's some rings. So there's a whole bunch of things that you can buy. But ultimately, more Volt stuff. I think I'm just going to keep scrolling and be more Volt stuff. Let's try to keep this video down to a minimum. There's lots of things to buy. It was just, as you can see, with the other things that I'm already backing and some of these things that I might back, you can see that there was already a lot of money spent. Sorry, I have a hot tune that wants to mess with wires now. All right, let's move on. So for the next one, that is a no for me. Right? They've hit their funding goal. They hit $57,422. They have 1,111 backers. There's 11 days to go. So if you're interested in this, um, back it. Like I like the company. This is a Gamelin Games. I've been back. They do a lot of the Tiny Epic. I have nothing close. I'm getting ready to do a how to play for the Vikings one. I've been kind of backing their stuff since Dungeons. So Dungeons and Vikings, I've bought some of their older ones. A Blast Off is really cool. I think it's Tiny Epic Planets or something like that. Is really cool. But the reason I'm not going to back this one, you get some miniatures, you got a board, it's area control, it's an IP, it's based on The Last Kingdom, right? The Last Kingdom board game. They have 2 to 5 players, 14 plus, right? I should have read that for all of them, 30 minutes. The reason I'm not is just not super interested. I've watched the series a little bit. I don't think I even watched the latest season. And then they do the stills. Some people like stills. I don't, right? Even Legendary Marvel, I stay away from all the movie stuff, the cinema stuff, because I don't like the stills. I'd rather have someone draw and see an interpretation of it. So let's go ahead and scroll down on this one. Oh, let's show you all the stuff that you can get, because I think if you're interested in this, back it. I like Gamelin Games, so back it. So you got some miniatures. These are army tokens. So they're going to be little plastic things. Same with this. They got tokens. You get a lot of stuff. You really do. It's good for the price. As people have said, not the best miniatures. It reminds me of heroic style, which means the head and the hands are a little bigger. An older way to do miniatures, from my understanding, it was because they were easier to forge, I guess, to kind of print up those miniatures to make them. All right. I'm going to jump over here and scroll down to get down to the prices. So if you like it, they have all the popular characters. I've seen it enough to know this is all the main characters, a lot of the big main characters. Maybe they're missing one, but I don't remember. Painted minis, rules, how to play. Yes, this is great. Everyone's saying awesome. Back it, back it, back it. I'm the only a-hole saying, I'm going to pass. But I think it's still worth it if you're into this stuff. All right, here we go. $55, it's all you're going to pay to back in. But remember, there's shipping, and I didn't look at the shipping in this one. But you have $55 is going to get you the game. They're giving you sleeves and some extra cards for backing it. That's what this is right here on here, instead of waiting for retail and buying it a little cheaper. Let's see if they... Oh, here we go. Here's the prices. So $55 plus you're looking at least $15 for shipping. So $60, $70. Not bad. It's just I'm not interested enough. I know it sounds bad. Gamelin Games, next time you get one out, I'll jump on it. All right, moving on. So this is on GameFound. Sorry, the last 3 I covered, the Zombicide, Melodum, and Last Kingdom were all Kickstarter. Sorry about that. I should let you know so you know where you can go. So on GameFound, we have the Elder Scrolls Betrayal of the Second Era, making gangbusters money, right? 2,531,308, 8,274 backers. It's 18 days left on, so if you're interested, this is based off the video game, which I've never played, right? It's based off of a video game which I've never played. This is D&D-esque stuff, fantasy stuff. Right, you're getting all the tropes. Here's the game and what you get. This is by Chip Theory Games, and I thought that maybe this would be the game that I backed in on, because I hear a lot of things about Chip Theory. But one of the things that pulls me back is it, because they do what are they called? Too Many Bones, Burn Cycle. But I keep hearing these are like lifestyle games. You pay a lot of money for it. Supposedly these chips right here, right, like poker chips, are really nice, really fun to hold in your hands and mess with. The tactile nature, the toy factor is kind of really good there. And I thought maybe this would be the one I would back, but I'm thinking no. Why am I thinking no? No particular reason. Spending a lot of money already this month. I can try to write off as, oh, it's my birthday month, so I can spend lots of money. I can't do that, but I'm already spending a lot of money. All right. And then this one, I mean, it looks interesting. The art. Let's see if I can get it going. So the thing is, I don't know how I feel about this. You get these are your people that move around. These are your tokens. So you get those. And you get to move them around the board. Not super exciting to me. I do definitely like toy factor with like miniatures and stuff like that. Let's get down to the price. Sorry for the scroll. Not even really sure. It looks like it's your dungeon crawler esque thing. You're going to go on adventures. It's co op, right? You're trying to beat things. A lot of this art looks really cool, looks really fun. I don't know how close it would be to the game if you've played the game, but lots of people are excited about this. Dice, I like dice, and there's dice. Don't worry, I'm not talking myself into this. I'm just trying to let you know. Shipping information, there we go. I like that it's after shipping information. This is the other thing. Chip Theory is expensive games to get into. $200 just to get your toes wet. $200. That's your nibble. $200. Retailer pledge is $195. $200 for the retailer pledge. The gameplay bundle. I'm assuming this would be everything you need for the gameplay. $230. The all-in bundle. If you look down here, it looks like it has some art and a tray and maybe some bags, some extra things. $400. But let's go back up to here. This is also one of the reasons why I'm kind of a no on it. Not super big into the theme. It's not that I'm super big into the theme. Never played the game, I guess. And then the $200 entry fee, just straight up $200. And from what I heard, I don't know if this is gonna be one of those lifestyle games, but it's in that lifestyle game thing. But with that said, lots of people like it. So if you're interested, back it. Like, there it is. Have fun. All right, let's move on to the maybes. And it kind of scares me because I have a couple $100 worth of maybes sitting here. All right. So we have let's go to Japan, right? This is another AEG game. It's getting a lot of good preview reviews. People get the game early. I'm not that popular yet to get games early, but a lot of people seem to be liking it. It has $470,721. That's how much it's gotten so far. It's been backed for so far. 7,336 backers. Lots of people interested. 7 days left to go, so I have some time to decide. And I realized a friend of mine kind of messed this up, or just didn't think about doing it. You could always click to follow these. I don't see it on here. Oh, there it is. It's right there. I do a lot of this on my phone, but there's a remind me on the phone. There's a little heart that you can click, and it'll let you know when you're at 48 hours and when you're at 24 hours left to back, kind of thing. So what is this game? You're trying to have the best trip you can. You're trying to plan the best trip for Tokyo, going and seeing sights and stuff like that. Looks fun. Art's fun. It's not super expensive. There's a passport thing. I don't know what this is. Oh, join the mailing list. You get that for free. All right, well, there you go. Or you can pay $10 for it. So here we go. Here's the prices. What's in the box? Here's the standard edition for $39. Lots of cards with nice, fun art. You got the boards. I'm assuming this is going to track, what your plans are, how well you do it. There's your tokens and stuff like that. A lot of your standard fare for a game. I'm always not a fan of score pads, but I get why they're there. I always laminate the first one. And then if I bought it, this would be the one I would buy because I do the deluxe Kickstarter stuff. Whatever, I'm dumb. All right, so this includes cards, tokens, boards featured above, so everything above, plus you get a napkin to wrap everything in, right? Furoshiki. I'll screw this up, a furoshiki cloth, right? It comes in a furoshiki cloth. There's foil on the box. And this is what's kind of cool. It adds a fifth player. I always do like having the extra players. Sorry once again for the exploring dog. Your tokens are upgraded to wood. Always awesome. Your trains are upgraded to wood. Awesome. Your wild tokens, wood. Research, wood. Right? Happiness, wood. Right? You get these cloth bags. So you get some extra cloth bags. More extra cloth bags. Gamepad is a book. That's almost a drawback for me because I'd rather have where I can pull one off and just laminate it, right? You have Day Trip, a free expansion Day Trip where you pay $10 for it. And finally, what the heck? You want to use some of the game's custom NAMI printed ceramic bowls for all your game bits. Okay, now they might be selling me right now on this. I don't remember seeing this before. Interesting. So at first I thought for the difference in price, what was it, $69 as opposed to, do you guys remember? Does Elmo remember? So $30 more. Thought it was a little expensive, but now that I'm seeing what they're giving you, it's not all that expensive. So this is one of my maybes. Check it out. Maybe you'll back it. Maybe I don't. Maybe I do back it and we back it together. All right, another maybe. Don't miss out. Sorry, I glanced at the video, I guess, here, so it doesn't really show it. But what we have here is Heroes of the Pacific. And this is a World War II. You could play through some of the battles in World War II and stuff like that, right? The reason why this is a maybe for me is theme. And also if I wasn't backing anything this month, I would back this. So it's theme. You're doing, is it Guadalcanal? I think it's Guadalcanal. Yep, Guadalcanal. As I say, Iwo Jima, but it's Guadalcanal. This is the Marines storming Guadalcanal. It's another, being a former Marine, this is another one of the big stories in the Marine Corps. But here's one of the things. So it's 1st Division Marines, right? So you get that right there, which it's Marine Corps plus for me, 1st Division. As technically part of 4th Division, but we were kind of moved into 1st Division well before my time in 4th Division. But still, so there's some of that in there. These games get good reviews. People like these games. Oh, I didn't do the numbers. Duh, do the numbers. All right, so it's made $100,268, 930 backers. There's 11 days left to go on this one. All right, back down to the scrolling through. Yeah, so it's just it's got a lot of the themes that I'm interested in. And yeah, does it sell me because there's the Marine thing? Yes, it sells me because there's the Marine thing, right? All right, so this is kind of what you get in there. You're playing the forces. You can play through the campaigns, which will give you the Battle of Guadalcanal. Right, so you can fight each other, see if the Marines make it or Japan holds on to the island, right? And then once you're done with that, you can go through and do as many kind of scenarios as you want to set up. There's 6 map boards, so you can set all that up. Even Misha is excited about that. All right, so you got right here, this is another thing that kind of builds me up or gets me excited about it, is not only is it 1st Marine, it's Guadalcanal. This is the beginnings of the formation of Marine Raider, a unit I was originally in, not MARSOC. If you're a military person watching this, wasn't a MARSOC Raider. I was a Raider before MARSOC. Stole that name, little bastards. All right, so it also has Marine Corps Raiders in there. I mean, this is the history, the history of Marines, but this is also the forming and the history of the Raider, the Marine Corps Raider. So I might end up backing this because of that. I know it's really bad, but here's all the different content that you can get. Let's go down to prices. This is still a maybe, but there's a lot already going out in April. All right, so here we go. The standard edition, which most people tell you probably shouldn't back the standard edition on Kickstarter. This is probably more than likely going to be at retail. This is a popular game, the Heroes of series. So €39, $42. There you go. It's going to retail. They're telling you the retail value right there. They're saying it's going to be $71. I think they're kind of overestimating on that. Then you have your Simplify pledge, which is $154. This gives you a little bit extra. This is free with whatever you back, right? But it gives you some extra war stories and stuff like that. I guess it's only free if you start backing at the $154, which means it's not free. You guys are lying to us, right? But they're saying it's free. You're basically getting that expansion. You're paying more for that expansion. All right, and then you have the Bonsai, which I wish this one was Bonsai, and I wish this one was Simplified. But be it as it may, right? So you're getting some of the stuff. The extra stuff that you're getting in this is you're getting the Battleground box and the storage solutions, which allows you to pull out games and save, from my understanding, set up games, save really easy. You have the stuff for the Japanese and the American forces and all that kind of stuff. This is the retailer pledges down there, so we won't look at it. So this is definitely a maybe for me. So on to the last maybe, and it might not even make it through, right? The Thinning Veil. This is the second launch of this, right? They did it once, wasn't doing well, went back, got some feedback, they brought it back out. This is another co-op dungeon crawler kind of game, right? So they've made $74,933. Stretch goal, their pledge goal, sorry, is $147,321. They're about halfway there. I don't remember how many days was in this one, but there's 16 days left to go. There's 383 backers, right? And this is set on Celtic mythology. You don't get a lot of that co-op running around beating up bad things as a group. It sounds really interesting to me, but I'm still kind of on the fence, right? Let's see, acrylic cubes. Oh, it has the rundown right here. Excuse me, 61 miniatures. 61 miniatures, so you get lots of different bad guys, and they're cool and interesting, different bad guys. And then you get this expansion for free. And that is your starting price of $144, right? So it's a little pricey to dip your toe in this water. Not super pricey, but it's getting kind of pricey. Then you have the Mists for $190, which gives you these expansions, which it looks like they're character expansions. So it gives you some extra characters to play in the game, right? And then you have Primordials. Now we're looking $244. You get the character expansion. Then you get swarms of stuff. You get, and this sells me and Resvon. She likes a little miniature terrain and stuff like that, or items like doors and chests and stuff like that. So you get that. Soul tokens is kind of interesting. So you got your soul tokens. Dice, you get the dice bundle. You get everything in this, right? The gem dice bundle, stuff like that. Plus daily unlocks. But this is definitely maybe for me. I like the theme. It looks interesting to me, but I just don't know. I'm spending a lot of money this month already. So that is the bypass, maybe heart surgery. And this is obviously for the upcoming, not upcoming Kickstarters, but Kickstarters are probably going to end as we had talked about in the next few days or so. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm Steven with Cardboard Coalition. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.